Well, Gary, it's finished Ashton United 1, Whitby Town 4. A bit of a contrast to what we've seen in recent weeks. I'm sure I'd be over the moon with that.
Yeah, certainly a bit of a contrast from our last visit here, which I'm sure was in a lot of fans and probably some of the players' minds as well. So, no, on the performance, probably you can say as much as you want in terms of having a good start and making sure you start right. And so at half time, the amount of times we, I don't know the stats exactly, but I think I've lost count the amount of times we concede goals early or we put ourselves in situations where we concede goals early. And that was the case again today. It seemed to, I think it was 20 seconds or something like that, and we're a goal down. So you just think it's could be another one of those days. But I think from then and from that point, the character we showed to first of all get back in the game and didn't let it affect us was great to see. And we got a deserved, a bit lucky with the equaliser, obviously with the keeper losing his footing, but to come in ahead at half time was good for us, and it gave us something to obviously build on and something to hopefully hold on to. And going into the second half, we wanted more of the same. We're not one of these teams who can sit back. We have to go for the next goal, and that's exactly what we did. And thankfully we got those, and a great team performance all round. Tweaked it a little bit tactically today, and got more people up and around Charlo, and it was great to watch at times. And ultimately it ended up a pretty comfortable result.
Yeah, and you mentioned the memories of that fixture here last season, and that match again. It was Ashton who went ahead early on. This time just 24 seconds on the clock for that one, and you're possibly feeling the worst. But after that, it would have been a shame Whitby went in a goal behind, because the performance was certainly one of great quality there.
Yeah, and it's exactly what I said at half time. Of course, we had to touch on that on the goal and how that came about, and a little bit of miscommunication in midfield, and then Colo not making the right decision. It's just those moments, especially early on in the game. And Colo's put his hand up. He knows he's got to deal with that better. But I thought from that moment, not only Colo but the rest of the team, they were outstanding both individually and collectively. And I said before the game that in runs like we're on and like Ashton are on. Currently, it's just more, as cliche as it is, it's hard work both individually and collectively that gets you out of that. And eventually you will have a performance where it turns, and discounting the FA Trophy game, that's Hebburn and that's Prescott, where we've got a point, and then backed it up with a good performance today as well, and 3 points. And it's about creating a run now where we can find ourselves looking into the top half of the table.
Yeah, and in terms of those first half goals from Whitby point of view, like you referenced, Jake Charles, it was a gift, but at the same time, him being in that position to gamble on that error, and a few times as well, his runs in behind are really causing Ashton a few problems.
Yeah, I think I obviously just speak to the players regularly on a one-on-one, and I think Jake's probably he's been disappointed he's been left out, which I totally expect over the last few games. I've gone with different personnel up there, and that's through no fault of performance. It's just trying to find the right blend in the current form we're in. But I felt today with Ty not here, it was an ideal opportunity for Charlo, and I just wanted more people in and around Charlo, especially at Stocksbridge. I felt he was a little bit isolated, and it tweaked that today, as I mentioned earlier, with putting more people in and around him, like Leighton Watts and your DCs and your Harrisons, and I felt like we really bore the fruits of that. And his running today, Charlo, was great to watch. Against a good experienced Ashton backline, him and Leighton both together caused them real problems today.
Yeah, another real bonus as well, having Lewis Hawkins back, not just available but able to start, and you could really see what he brought to the side in that midfield area. Yeah, definitely. He's been a massive miss, Hawksy, and he's the captain, and I made him captain for a reason. He has a real influence on not just the team, but I think the football club. He's been here a long time. He knows he knows the ins and outs of the football club, and he's a massive miss when he's not in the team. And in the time that he hasn't been in the team, it's shown in the results. And that's not putting pressure on Hawksy, because he needs looking after in terms of his fitness and stuff like that, and which is why I brought him off today. But when he's in the team, he certainly makes a huge difference for us. And I thought him and Gelly in there today were really good for us, and built from the middle of the pitch and showed real discipline in there. Yeah, and another shout out as well has got to go to Shane Bland, who this afternoon became the joint second all-time top appearance maker with Dave Campbell, 479 appearances, which you've only known for a couple of years, but that's some feat for his age as well, especially.
100%, and I've just circled the dressing room in there and singled out Blandy for that achievement, and he's had a big round of applause, and I think he deserves that and deserves more. He's the cornerstone of the football club. He's been here a long time. He's not long had his testimonial, and he's one of those who's available every game, and I think not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well. He deserves huge credit. He's probably gone through stuff off the pitch which has been well documented and spent time away last season, but the manner that he's come back and the manner how he stuck to that in that time of his life, he deserves huge credit for him and I don't think he's too many away from being the top appearance maker. So well done, Blandy. Huge credit teammate, and I hope you hear for many more years to come.
Yeah, and you mentioned there just about his fitness. Hopefully nothing too serious with the look like that groin injury again towards the end, but hopefully be available again Tuesday.
I think it's his calf. I think it was his calf that he went down with after sea, but he's one of those, Blandy. I speak about durability with players all the time at this level, and he's one of those, Blandy. He'll play through any type of pain. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully it's just a little knock and more cramp. So I think that, and the only downside, unfortunately, is McGinley right in the last second. He seems to have aggravated his hamstring again. So that's probably more of a doubt for Tuesday. So that's the only downside of today. So we'll have a look at that. But as I said, other than that, I think it's been a great day for the team, for the football club as a whole.
Yeah, and on that game on Tuesday, certainly a chance to build on today's performance, but as well, I'm sure you'll be trying to sort of utilise that aspect of having the home advantage and hopefully catch Hensford cold after such a long journey up.
Yeah, it's on paper it looks a decent tie for us. Obviously the journey's not ideal for them, but we've tend to struggled to pick up points recently at home, especially in terms of wins. So we certainly want to turn that around. A good game for us, against a team who's expected to be up and in and around it. But as I've just mentioned in there, I don't want today to just be a flash in the pan type performance. We need to really back up the Prescott and the Ashtons as of today. We need to back those points up and really get on a run where we can really start looking up rather than over our shoulders.
Oh, thank you much, Gary.
Thank you.